thing next to it. So I assume I'm live. Let me know in the chats if I'm live. So I apologize to those that were tuned in and saw a black fucking screen. I assure you that's not going to happen again. So I want to get down to this because I don't get to talk about this a whole lot. And I've noticed quite a few people that they're getting upset by it. So we're going to share this into a few groups over on Facebook, if I fucking can manage that at least. I'm live. I fucking hope so, dude. That shit was retarded as fuck. Like, I've had irritations. I've had fucking irritations, but this is bullshit. So here we are. We are on Twitch. I'm on the Facebook app. Sign out of that. And here we go. Perfect. Am I live? Let me see me. I want to see me. I got a fucking advertisement. See, I even get advertisements when it's fucking me, man. That's weird as shit. All right, here we go. So let's see here. Copy this link and share it over to the Facebook. And let's see, America. You spelled America correctly. I didn't want you to do that. America under Biden. There we go. And here. Paste. Perfect. Yeah? That looks right to me, I guess. All right, cool. So we are live. We are doing our thing. I'm going to share this over to the share to what the fuck? Share to a page. And I don't want that. I want this one here. And post. All right, cool. And then I can share this into one group at a time, right? Yep, I sure as fuck can. So let's see. Wake Up America. That's a good group. They seem to like me a lot over there. So shouts out to you guys. You guys are the shit for letting me share my political stuff. All right. Now, here we are. We are live. I don't even need my phone. I can see the chat just fine. And yeah, so it's getting a little lonely in here. I know you guys already got the notification. So yeah, we're just going to get into it. Fuck this. Fuck this. All right. So a lot of people have been talking about the election. Biden didn't win it. Biden stole it. Trump didn't win it. Whatever, right? We've seen this. We're here and we're dealing with this. Now, here's what people aren't realizing is that a lot of people didn't vote for Biden. They voted for Kamala Harris or Kamala or whatever the fuck her name is. And she gets upset by the way that people pronounce her name. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Now, pay attention to what I'm saying. This, to me, is a huge fucking problem. They're going to invoke the 25th Amendment. Now, this isn't a conspiracy theory. This is a fucking fact. You're going to see Biden for a little bit, and then it's going to switch out from there, okay? We are going to see a regime under fucking Biden that's going to make it so that way the people that are offended have a say. We're going to make it so that way people who are seeing everything that's happening now, they get their fucking say. But here's what's happened. We have now become the people that have to bend down, bow down, and worship these motherfuckers that worship, that identify as fucking trees and frogs and what have you. This is the America that we're living in now, or going to be living in here shortly. As people forgot, Trump is still our president up until January 20th. Now, for Inauguration Day, we're going to be doing a very special live stream, and it's going to be with me and Twiggy and Crazy McCormick. It's going to be a sub-only one, so make sure you guys are tuned into that. So we're going to be covering the inauguration for Joseph Biden, but a glimpse into what America is going to look like. As much as we're going to get back with the WHO, World Health Organization, for those of you who keep track at home, that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. We should stay with the World Health Organization. We should be working with NATO. We should be working with a lot of these agencies. We should be working with a lot of these programs. Now, with that said, one of the things that we should be doing, and nobody's done it, not even Trump, is get rid of the fucking Patriot Act. Now, when I see what Biden's policies were, and I'm seeing that, because Americans don't want guns, we shouldn't have them anymore. This is a problem. And I'm going to tell you why this is a problem. But when I look at the fact that, people don't want guns, so therefore there's going to be no more, that means I can't have my shotgun. That means I can't have pistols. That means because everyone else doesn't want them, so that means I can't. This is going to be the America under Biden. Biden is going to make it so that way there's higher taxes. He's going to make it so that way he's taking money from the rich, just like every other fucking politician was. This guy's been in office, mind you, he's been in office for fucking decades. This guy's been a fucking career politician. So while we had Donald Trump, at least he wasn't a career politician. Biden is. So where's his excuse? Same thing with Hillary Clinton. She's a career fucking politician, yet Benghazi went down. We had a lot of these fucking issues. Nobody, 47 years, Twiggy Dro says, 47 fucking years that we have had this, have had these politicians. Now, the issue that I'm having, and what I want to get to each and every one of you is this. America is not saved. America is not graced by the presence of Biden. He's going to eradicate everything. We have an unfinished wall down at the border, which was mainly a symbol. Okay, it wasn't going to do anything. It was just a fucking symbol. But something else has happened since Biden's election, since Biden being president-elect. Fox News has been under attack from the right wing because they called Arizona. We're starting to see a lot of fucking corruption happening inside the media, inside the politics of it all, and more importantly, we're seeing it amongst ourselves. Now, when I look at everybody else, and I look at how everyone's treating this, the Trump supporters, they're starting to hide. They're starting to scrub the paint. The Trump 2020, they're starting to scrub that off, and they're going to find another politician to combat Biden. Now, they still have the majority in the Senate, which means Biden's still going to have his hands full, because now the Senate, God bless them, they're going to combat Biden. They're going to combat this regime. But remember, by the time this all happens, it's going to be about Kamala Harris. So now anything that happens, it's going to be, you don't like this policy because she's female. No, bitch, I don't like this cunt because she's going to fuck up all of our rights is what she's going to do. Your guns aren't going to be gone. Granted, nobody's going to come knocking at your fucking door and steal your firearms. They're just going to make it so that way you can't have mail-in parts for your pistols, your rifles, and your shotguns. Now, for those of you keeping track, if I'm home and my fucking firing pin is out and I want to order another one, I can't do that under Biden. I can't do it under Biden. And that's a problem. This is a real issue for us all. So the more that I look into this and the more that I'm seeing this and the more that I'm paying attention, I'm starting to realize that maybe, just maybe, this whole Donald Trump was the dictator wasn't necessarily the case. You're going to see a completely different America under that of the Democrats, at least of the modern Democrats. Now, one of the things that also you should be paying attention to is that there are people right now that are all for this. They are all for this. They are for the fact that we have less firearms. They're for the fact that we have more government regulations. These are the people that believe in Big Brother. These are the people that said, hey, we don't mind having more of this and more of that, and we don't mind being fined for something like a service or a product that we don't have. So we have to pay for something that we want nothing to do with. That is America. That is the America that the Americans have voted for. Now, to Trump's credit, he kind of did it to himself. He really did. What Donald Trump did is he said, hey, I'm going to say all this crazy, whacked out, racist shit, and I'm going to get this small group to back it. Because he found out he can run his mouth. People are like, oh, he tells it like it is. It's not that he was telling it like it is. It's that he had an attitude about it. He was kind of doing the Steve Austin of the politics about it. But that bit him in the ass. Now, when he was saying, especially a female socialist in office, we will not have one of those. He was making a nod at Kamala, basically saying, I realize and I know that they're going to invoke the 25th Amendment and she's going to become president. Biden's going to be voted to be unfit. Kamala's already having that meeting right now with all of the fucking execs and all the fucking cabinet. Yeah, that's what happened. So for those of you that don't know this, to invoke the 25th Amendment, it's the vice president who gets together with the cabinet and they say, okay, he's unfit. And then he ends up going through a trial where he's proven, and he's not going to fight it. He's going to do what Bernie Sanders did. He's going to lay down and fucking take it. They're going to take him out back and shoot him. They're going to put the dog down. They're going to put Kamala in. And if that happens, you've got a prosecutor. That's right, a state's prosecutor as president. You tell me that sounds like a good idea. But we need a female. We need a female in office. Jo Jorgensen was running. How come you didn't vote for her? You want a female so bad. How come it wasn't her? Because she wasn't one of the big leagues. You're not voting for a female. You want us to vote for this female. And anything that we do to oppose her, you're anti-female. You are a sexist. You are a misogynist. That's what's going to happen when you combat Kamala Harris, when you say anything against her. And then every single woman out there who feels empowered is going to rally behind her and say, you don't like her because she's female. This is why we need the Senate to put everything on lock. Anything that comes down those fucking stairs, down into their rooms, and it's a bill or it's a verdict or it's a whatever the fuck, they need to veto it immediately and not give her a fucking inch. That's what we need. But will we get it is the question. Will we have that? Will we be able to honestly and truly sit there and say, hey, we're going to fight this. We're going to fight her policies. Or are we going to lie down and take it because the left has decided for us what we are and what we aren't? The left has decided this. Now, when I say that the left has decided this, I've had many conversations. You don't like her because of XYZ. Well, you voted for Biden just to get a female in office because you want to give her a leg up. So you gave a female, strong, independent female, a fucking crutch. That's what you did. Which is why I am so glad that I am announcing my running in 2024 for presidency. And I'm going to be doing this on the fucking stage. And I'm going to be addressing all of this, the faults of the Republican Party, the faults of the Democrats, and more importantly, the faults of our political system. There's people that are saying, oh, judging by these polls, people want this. Polls, numbers. Nobody, you could go and write reviews, and 9 times out of 10 now they're fucking trolls. Yelp is filled with trolls and shit like that. Yelp is actually taking down businesses. If you don't like me, you can sit there and go write a bad review. You can come up with a false charge on me and say Sid Jones did this. I don't even need a fucking trial. I'm found guilty. That's the America that we're living in, and that's the America that Kamala and her people want us to live in. And that's a fact. When you look at what we are doing, when you look at the direction that we're headed into, you thought Trump was bad. It's nothing in comparison to what we are about to see come January. But we still have the hopes with the Republicans having the Senate. Now, the other thing that we need to pay attention to, and the other thing that I want to be very fucking clear on is this. Us, we the people, can't give the government an inch either. We need to be in the streets. We need to have our presence in the fucking Capitol buildings. We need to be down in Washington, D.C., being a part of these. We right now, we the people need to be monitoring what the government is doing, not the other way around, like what the Patriot Act is doing. They're watching all of us right now. Right now, there's somebody in the fucking White House right now probably tuned into this shit, and they don't even count as a fucking viewer. At least help me get my monetization, you fucking cunt. That is America. Oh, we're doing it to keep the Americans safe and to keep everybody, we want to make sure that we can prevent any terrorist attacks from happening and so on and so fucking forth. But are you doing it for the right reasons? Because last time I checked, meth was not a terrorist attack, but they were able to shut down meth labs because of the Patriot Act. What else are they doing? Oh, I found out about this concert happened down in South Carolina. We should probably bust that party up too. And already we're talking about a 4 to 6 week lockdown. Already talking about it. Now, we can't have it right now. Again, people forget that, Biden's in office, so now he's not in office right now. Okay? He's got U-Haul moving his shit down to the White House, and Trump should be focused on moving out of the White House. And then there comes the other issue. Oh, well, Trump can use the Supreme Court. No, he can't. Because the Supreme Court, even though he's handpicked the majority of them, they're not going to let it slide. Because that's going to question our democracy. And the last thing that they would want is for us to have a fucked up view on having a true democracy. So, yeah, they would have to play ball with that. Long-term thinking here. As much as having Trump as president short-term would be great, it now makes you wonder, well, what's going to happen with the wall? Biden's going to come out and he's going to say, Argatrov, tear down your wall. He's dead, sir. No, that's Trump's wall, sir. Oh, right, yeah. Donald Trump, tear down your wall. Sir, he lives in New York City and the guy is overweight and he's fucking too stupid to be able to take down, and he's not going to put a wrecking ball through it because it's still metal. It's still metal. It's still the frame. It's still the rebar and shit like that. Yeah. That's our president. That's going to be our president for at least a short while. I mean, they got to make it look like, and they got to pretend that Biden is president before Kamala Harris gets elected in. sworn in due to the 25th Amendment. And what happens at that point is because Kamala Harris doesn't have a VP, that puts Nancy Pelosi as her VP. Yeah. So, the free world will now be led by unstable women. That's the America we're about to see. So, the more that I look at it, and the more that I picture it, and the more that I worry for it, the more I realize this. Our rights are dwindling significantly. Now, I plan on changing that. Twiggy writes, this is the new world order. We're not even there yet, dude. We're not even there. Twiggy Dro says it's the new world order. We're not yet. That hasn't even started yet. This is just America's new order. This is the new America order with a K. This is what we're going to see under Biden and things with the Democrats. It's going to be all of them. It's going to be each and every one of them. So, looking at the future, it's bleak. It's very bleak. Some people are saying, we're going to get free this and free that. We thought that with Obama. Remember that? We thought that Obama was going to be our savior. We thought Obama was going to have our back. And what happened? Obama paved the way for Donald Trump. The people that support Donald Trump and they say, fuck Barack Obama for all the shit that he did, he paved the way for Trump. He showed up in Flint, Michigan, and looked everybody dead in the eye and said, I sipped the water. It's fine. Yeah, gave the middle finger to Flint. There was a mural of Flint, in Flint, of Barack Obama. There was a mural of him with a little girl, a little kid or whatever, and they're having like a little emotional, like little fucking thing. And they smashed the face out of Barack Obama in Flint, Michigan, because he turned his back on that city and said it wasn't a fucking crisis. And guess what? The majority of those votes from Michigan came from fucking Flint and Detroit. So they turned around and voted for Trump against the Democrats. It was what we'd seen in Michigan in 2016, a protest vote. So what we saw now was a protest vote. Now, a lot of you guys are probably thinking to yourselves, what about the Electoral College? The Electoral College should be buried. Do you know the ceremony that they do for this? For the electoral votes? To count the electoral votes? Do you know what? It's a ceremony. There's little boxes like baby caskets. They look like caskets for fucking babies. And they're brought in. Two people have to carry these boxes like this. It's ceremonial. Because us Americans, we're traditionists. And we carry them in like this. Right? And then they're set there one by one by one by one. And they're all brought in. And then they are counted. Get rid of the Electoral College, and the people might actually have a vote. They might actually have a say, because guess what? The people actually don't vote for presidents. Did you know that? You vote and you hope. You're hoping that somebody who agrees with your vote takes it to the Electoral College. They can change that vote on their way there. Your vote does not count in America. It fucking does not. Now, you're going to have people that tell you, especially to your children in high school, they're going to tell you, oh, your vote counts. It's one of your, it fucking doesn't. It fucking does not. Doesn't count for shit. Our system has become so fucking powerful and so fucking corrupt that we, the people, are pissed off. We, the people, no longer get live free or die. We, the people, are fucked. We, the people, are being stepped on, and we're being stepped over. And more importantly, they're stripping away everything that makes us America, that makes us true-blooded Americans. These soldiers, they say they fight for freedom. Our freedoms have been dwindling more and more since September 11th. It hasn't stopped. Think about it. When Clinton was in office, When Clinton was in office, he made it so that way you couldn't have 7+1 in your carry-arm, your concealed carry. You had to have 7 in the mag, and you could have 1 in the chamber. Okay? If you open carry, you're not allowed to have a round in the chamber. Did you know that? That's federal. That's not state. That's federal. If you're open carrying, you can't have a round in the chamber. That's fucked, because cops can. So already, if a cop decides that he wants to get fucking froggy and gun down an unarmed American civilian, he's already got the one up on him. Because guess what I have to do? Unless you've got the fucking the ability to be like a quick draw, what a police officer can do. What you have to do is and hope to fucking Christ the pistol don't jam. So I hope you bought American. And then what happened? Bush got into office and he got to stand with the president of Smith & Wesson and they got to raise a 100-round rifle. Well, guess what, motherfucker? It wasn't the rifles that were the issue. It was the amount of rounds you could carry in your pistol. Now, you guys may not like what I'm saying. You guys may not agree with it. You guys might not even want to vote for me in 2024, and that's perfectly fine. But what I implore each and every one of you to do is this. Look at where America is right now. Not with Biden, but right now. And then tell your friends to watch this video in about April. In April, tell them to watch this video if you can find it. If you can find this video, April. And you'll see that I'm right. You're going to start seeing your rights go away much faster than they did with Obama and Donald Trump. Donald Trump has committed his crimes. When he brought back the Patriot Act, Donald Trump did this. Not just the Democrats and the Republicans, but Donald Trump said, yeah, let's sign in the Patriot Act again. If you vote for me in 2024, I will dismantle every piece of that act to where it is no longer. And Edward Snowden, gets a full presidential pardon. He betrayed this country. He betrayed the government. He was really trying to give the people a heads up. That is what he did. He gets a full fucking pardon. Here's what I'm worried about, though. If I was Edward Snowden and I'm in Russia and I find out that the president of the United States with a mohawk and a denim vest with patches on it, with one of them saying destroy power, not people, I would be a little wary. I don't think I'd trust me. I think it'd be like, I've been pardoned? I don't trust it. And I could say, I'll bring security and I'll bring everybody. Yeah, no. No. I will land back in the United States under a different fucking name and I'll hide out in the States. But why would he want to? Why the fuck would he want to? At least have the option to, but he wouldn't trust it. He'd be like, yeah, no, this is a way to get me fucking suicided by a Clinton. That's what this is. Think about this for a minute, guys. Think about this for a minute. You thought Barack Obama was the rock and roll president. You thought this guy was a badass. You thought this guy was great. He had a great personality. He was rather funny. But here's the kicker. Barack Obama fucked the American people and paved the way for Donald Trump. And what's worse is because we don't have Trump, now we're going to have Kamala Harris in a few months. Again, we're going to have Biden in office. You got to get him in there. He's got to have the Oval Office and he's got to make some sort of policies, make some phone calls, not the important ones, but like to a small country nobody knows about, like Seychelles. So he calls Seychelles and they have a little bit of a thing. And Seychelles is like, oh my God, the president of the United States, they called me, or however they talk in Seychelles. And that's when Kamala Harris, while that's all happening, she's invoking the 25th Amendment, which doesn't need the president's signature. She goes into the cabinet, sits down with them, and says, I don't think he's fit to be president. And the cabinet won't argue. And guess who else won't argue either? Biden. So for those of you that are just tuned in right now, I want to thank you guys for being tuned in. I'm sorry for this morning. I know it's been a little messy. I know it's been a fucking hiccup. But we fixed it. I finally got StreamYard to fucking work with Twitch. So no more going live straight from Twitch, StreamYard to Twitch. That's what we're going to do. So thank you for joining us on this beautiful day. It means the world to me that you guys are here on this new endeavor that we are on. And what better time than just before Biden decides that, he's going to quit his job. And I'm going to shit on Biden. And people are probably thinking, oh, Sid's one of them Biden supporters. Sid supported Biden. I almost fucking guarantee it. And they're like, oh no, he voted for that racist Trump. I voted for a woman, an actual woman, without needing the fucking, the whole, I voted for Biden. Because I caught motherfuckers. I had them fucking hook, line, and sinker. You didn't vote. Like, I just listened to them talk. They didn't vote for Biden. We need a female president. Great. Now, anything I say against Kamala will be seen as sexist. That is the America we will be living in. And that makes you wonder too. If you look a certain way at somebody, and we've seen this, I've seen tweets of it, and these are from real Americans, okay? Born and raised here in America, and they said, the way you look at a woman should technically be considered rape. What? Wait a minute. So if I see a chick and I'm like, he raped me, did you see that? And I go to fucking jail or at least lose my fucking career, being like, Sid Jones, you've been accused of rape. How are you feeling? Yeah, I fucking looked at her. Yeah, I took my sunglasses down and I just stared at her as such. Well, isn't there going to be a policy now from Kamala Harris saying that is a form of rape? Just like there's different degrees of racism now. My stepdad, he had to watch a video for the state of Michigan saying, you're racist, here's why, and here's what you can do to prevent it. How fucking pretentious. How fucking pretentious. This is the America we're going to be living in. People are thinking free healthcare. People are thinking free services. People are thinking free this and free that. That's not the America we're going to be living in soon. It's not. People are going to think it's fucking great. Free college and free this and free that. Yeah, I'm going to be one of those motherfuckers that's going to have to pay for it. But thank God I took the Trump route and evaded taxes. Like, thank God that I was smart enough to do that. I never cared about Donald Trump's tax return. That was one thing in the past 4 years that bugged the fuck out of me. Where are your tax returns? Really? That's what we're going to be discussing right now. We're not going to be discussing about housing the veterans. By the way, never brought up in any of the debates at all, ever. Never the fact of discussing homeless veterans. It was, what are you going to do about these groups of people over here? And what do you have to say about this group of people over here? What about the fucking group of people that fought for this fucking country that don't have a house? The fucking people in this country that fought that don't have Medicaid. Shouldn't they get their Social Security? Shouldn't they be able to come home to a home with a picket fucking fence and not be like, hey, welcome home. Thanks for your service. There's an alleyway right there. Take a seat. Maybe, just maybe, we can live in a better country, in a better society that we can build together. Maybe, just maybe, we can knock on the doors of our government and say, not no more. And especially not during these times of Kamala Harris, who, by the way, has already gone in with her own agenda. That woman is pure fucking evil. That woman is going to be the downfall to everything that is America. If you're wondering why I didn't vote for Biden, is because it's going to be the same old shit that we got with Obama, with Bill Clinton, with Hillary Clinton. You got to remember, career politician. Career politician. As Twiggy Joe had said, 47 years we've had Biden. Not a lot's changed. And that was something that I applauded Donald Trump for. When he came out, he took down all the Republicans. He gunned them all down. Not literally, figuratively speaking, of course. Jeb Bush knocked that guy down a fucking peg or two, saying, you went into Iraq. You went to Iraq and there was no weapons of mass destruction. I went, damn. And then he took out fucking Ted Cruz just by hurting the guy's feelings. Didn't even go after his policy. Just hurt the guy's feelings. Ted's like, oh, but he didn't play nice. And he fucking wandered off and shriveled up and died somewhere. And then you've got motherfuckers that decide to shit on John McCain. And that's what the Republican Party is. And a message to the Republican Party, I know you, I see you, and I know exactly what you're doing. When it came down to John fucking McCain, when it came down to all these guys, you fucking had their backs. And when they lost, you threw them in the fucking dumpster. You didn't even just do that. You threw them under the bus and ran them over repeatedly. You backed that sumbitch up and you ran them over again with it. You did it to McCain. You did it to Romney. You did it to Cruz. You did it to Bush Jr., even though he won his 2 terms. You shot them all in the fucking face. When Bush came around and announced the Patriot Act, there were some Republicans that said, yes, what do you have to hide? While the real Republicans, the real red, the real blooded Americans turned around and said, fuck you, you just betrayed us. And it's happened every time. When we had Barack Obama for his 2nd term, what did he do? Announced the use of fucking drones. after he got his little fucking Nobel Peace Prize. Think about that for a second. I want you to consider this for just one moment. Then the first term, it's like, wow. And then in the second term, it's like, that's why we should always have a one-term president, not a two-term president. I was thinking about this. Donald Trump didn't get to finish out all of his policies. Donald Trump didn't get to stick to doing things with whomever. He didn't get to do it. He fucking didn't get to do it. But I will tell you this. What we did get and what we will have is an America we could be proud of after Biden is out of office. After Kamala is out of office. But the kicker is it's going to be too fucking late. Because when you find out what Pelosi's going to do when it comes to firearms, when you find out what Pelosi's going to do when it comes to the American people, if you are not out there protesting and uprising, I'll be ashamed of each and every one of you as Americans. Now, you mark my words on this. After Kamala takes her seat at the Oval Office, you're going to see some weird times, man. We can't give them an inch. And it's not because she's female. It's because she's a fucking cunt. That, knowing that she is my enemy in 2024 makes me very fucking happy. Now, for those of you that are excited for Trump's return in 2024, it's going to fall short. He's going to end up, they're going to do the Bernie Sanders to him. When Bernie Sanders had his day, it should have been him versus Trump, and it wasn't. It should have been Bernie, but that party betrayed him. The Democrats are fucking corrupt. They turned their backs on the guy who had the popular vote for the Democratic National Convention, for the primaries, and they turned their back. And he conceded like a fucking cunt. He's like, I am proud to say that Hillary Clinton will be going up against Trump, or however he talks. And now look at where we're at. The Democrats did it. They took Bernie out back and they said, sorry, Bernie, we don't need you anymore. And they went with Hillary fucking Clinton. And do you know what happened? That was one of the things that led to Trump's presidency. Because what happened is people like me saw what the Democrats did to fucking Bernie Sanders, and we went, I'm not fucking voting for that party. Like, I wasn't even totally aware of what his policies were, but he just seemed like he seemed like the white version of Barack Obama, man. And I was like, I'd listen to this guy. I'd give him a fucking chance. By the way, I'm also from the great state of fucking New Hampshire, neighboring the weird state of Vermont, which is just New Hampshire upside down. Literally, it looks like New Hampshire upside down. And so him from that state, us being both New Englanders, I'm like, I want to hear what he has to say. And the Democrats wouldn't let it happen. The Democrats robbed him of that. Illegally, I'd like to add. And I went, of course, whoever votes for Trump, I'm not going to fucking blame them. I'm not going to fucking blame them at all for doing that. Because it wasn't a vote for Trump. It was a vote against the Democratic Party. Not even a vote against Hillary, but a vote against the Democrats when they pulled that shit. But the Democrats will deny it. But I've gotten calls from some of you Democrats. I got phone calls from you the day after Trump was president-elect. You called me and you said, I should have voted for Sanders. You fucking should have. So, we're up in the same fucking mess. Now, the first term isn't going to be like it was with Trump, where it's like, this is kind of cool. It's kind of a weird America. This is not normal. This is kind of neat. This is chaos. We get to see the world burn a bit. We're not even going to see the world burn. As a matter of fact, if you put a fire outside your house, you're going to end up with a fucking fine. Think about this for a minute. You want to go have a bonfire with somebody? Guarantee it, you're going to end up with a fine. Yeah. Fucking yup. The choice is yours, ultimately. You can sit back and take it. You can. Or you can stand up and do something about it. As some of you aren't aware of, and it shocks me, to realize how Americans don't view it, is that you pay the taxes on your Capitol building. You pay the taxes in the offices that these politicians are sitting in. You own the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. You own the White House. You own your state capital. You own your politicians. You own your governors. They work for you, not the other way around. I haven't gotten a paycheck from anybody. As soon as Gretchen Whitmer sends me a paycheck for whatever the fuck, then yeah, I work for her. But last I checked, she's getting my fucking money. So the way I see it, that bitch is mine. Period. End of fucking story. Now, for those of you that aren't keeping track at home, this is going to be the America you're not going to be proud of by your government standards. But I'll be proud of this country when the people go into the streets and they say, not this time. And I don't mean just the Republicans and just the Trump supporters. I want the Democrats to say this is not the system that we wanted either. Because just remember, you thought that Barack Obama was going to be your fucking savior. And he fucking wasn't. He turned his back on the city of Flint. You remember all this. And you realize that your party is no fucking great either. But it's a milestone to have a female president. I voted for Joe Jorgensen. A real female. A real woman. I voted for a woman that can stand her own. That hasn't done corrupt fucking shit. And that is not a career politician. You could have done the same. She got 1.2% of the vote. 1.2%. That's almost 2 fucking million people. Yeah, you could have done the right thing. If you wanted to vote for a female, you had the opportunity to. Instead, you decided to utilize the system, knowing full well what we all knew, that Biden wasn't going to be fit to be president and Kamala Harris would take that seat. You fucking knew it and you did that shit. That, my friends, should be a crime. Knowing that the 25th Amendment is going to be invoked, hoping that it's going to be invoked, should be considered treason. It should be considered robbing the American people because it wasn't even a real election. This didn't feel like a real election to me. What this felt like was a protest vote, and it sounded like the Electoral College really just wanted to watch America not burn, but be under lock and fucking key. People are already talking about this 4 to 6 weeks fucking lockdown. I think we're past that point, bro. I'm pretty sure that the bears and the fucking lions and the tigers and the moose and the alligators and the crocodiles, they're out there. It's out. The zoo has been unpacked. And it's all running rampant now. But what do when these animals get out of the zoo? You sweep them back up. You prod them. Sometimes you put them down and make sure that they stay under lock and key until you tell them they can come out. Is that the America you want to live in? Do something now. Be proactive now. Do not wait till January 20th. I'm urging all of the American people out there to please see what your government is doing and realize that if you don't stop it now, before it's too late, you're going to end up seeing a whole nother America. You're going to see a whole nother regime. And if you thought that it was going to be about the racist right, let me tell you, it's never been about that. For the past 20 years, it's not been about that. You can sit there and say that it's the right wing that didn't like Marilyn Manson, Eminem, and all that shit. You can say that it was the right that didn't like XYZ. That they were the ones that were easily offended, the Christians on the right and so on. But I'm here to tell you this. It's not them anymore. As a matter of fact, when people are saying that the punk rockers, that the right wing is the new fucking punk rock, there's a reason why they're saying that. Because the left, for some reason, lost their dignity and their fortitude and their testicles. They lost it and decided, hey, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. We're just going to be offended by everything. We're going to have our safe space. We're going to say, we're people too, damn it. Instead of having to work for it, instead of having to stand up, dust off their fucking knees, rub down their fucking knuckles, throw some fucking rubbing alcohol in it and get ready for a round two. They're the fucking cowards. They're the ones that cried, that screamed to the skies when the president of the United States was inaugurated on January 20th, 2017. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the America that we all saw. That, it's not the racism that's running rampant in the streets. That was the America that the world saw. You've got racism that comes out and bursts in England and in Germany and in here. It's still alive and well. But here's the problem. When you're trying to censor racism, when you're trying to stop racism, everything is going to look like racism. When I say, oh, you're one of those people. Oh, what do you mean one of those people? Motherfucker, you're short and you're white just like me. Calm the fuck down. Or these same cunts that overcompensate. I don't see color. Yeah, suck my dick. Jesus Christ. Unless you're colorblind, I never want to hear that come out your fucking mouth. It's embarrassing as fuck. You're an embarrassment to yourself and you're an embarrassment to your fucking country. Moving along. It's been an interesting few years. But I'm warning, I did this video on this Sunday afternoon as a warning to the American people. You're going to be oppressed much differently than you thought. See, when it comes to fines and shit like that, that's what the Democrats do. The Democrats issue fines. And they can come up with a fine for anything. Have you seen the movie Demolition Man? Where you cuss and you swear and this little ticket would print off. That's the government watching you. That's what it's going to come down to. Think about it. You can't say this shit on YouTube and Facebook. You can't say what I'm saying right now on any of these other fucking platforms. You can't do it. You mean to tell me, and if you do, they either crush down it into the algorithm and throw it into the back, or they suspend you. You get a 30-day ban, shit like that. You mean to tell me that doesn't sound a little bit like Demolition Man? That's your homework. Go watch Demolition Man. I'm pretty sure it's free on Prime, Tubi. It's got to be somewhere. You guys should watch that. Because that's the America we're going to be headed to. Can't have greasy burgers. You can't have delicious foods. Can't have your meats. Can't have any of that. Yeah, the things that you love, the things that you get to, like beer, nope. Can't get drunk. Can't do it. If you have wine, it's going to be non-alcohol wine. If we don't do something now, it's going to be too late by 2024 because all that legislation is going to get locked in. And we need to hope and fucking pray that somebody like Kamala Harris, because if you look at her, she's one of those people that's going to sit there and say what you can and cannot do. And if you do this, it's going to be a fine, 30 days in jail or whatever. If you think that it just happens here in social media, wait till it happens in small town USA, when it happens in New York, when it happens in Flint, when it happens in Detroit, when it happens in fucking New Hampshire. The only state that I will go to when this whole thing goes down is New Hampshire, because New Hampshire's the cops and shit like that. The cops down in South Carolina, they'll fucking be against it too. And they'll side with us. And we'll say, this is fucked up. And this will be one of the times where I say, back the fucking blue. So before everybody gets amped up like, we don't have racism in the White House anymore. Nope, you're not going to have rights either. Yeah. So that's what you signed up for. Everything get back to normal now because now we have a career politician back in office. Good job, America. I want you all to give yourselves a pat on the back. We voted for change. We voted. See, a man's philosophy should not be overlooked by a man's policy when it comes to power. I look at a man's policies. I'm like, hey, wait a minute here. He made it so that way we could do that. That's fucking fantastic. Yeah, all right. I'm down for that policy. There's going to be some policies you don't like. And guess what? When you don't like it, you get to vote them out. But here's what you voted for. You voted for the wrong blue. You backed the wrong blue. And here's the worst part of it. Fox News, those news programs, those news outlets, they're going to fall right in line with Joe Biden. See, Joe Biden's going to give freedom to the press again, but you're only going to get the press and the questions and the answers that you're going to get that the White House wants to give you. See, at some point, you're not going to be able to ask certain questions. You're not going to be able to say certain things. And if you do, you can go to jail. They can sue you. You can be fined, all that shit. All these laws are going to be put into place. You're not going to be able to say things about Kamala Harris. You're not going to be able to say things about Joe Biden. You're not going to be able to say bad things about the Democrats, because if you do, there's going to be a penalty for it. You're not going to be able to have the freedoms that you have now in 4 years if you don't do something now. If you don't do something now, you're going to find yourself in a worse way. So if you wanted to vote for a woman and that was your policy, what you just did is you made it so that way. Me, of all people, I now have to kneel before a woman, and if I don't, I'm a sexist, misogynist prick. See, you're not looking for equal. You're not looking for equality. You're looking for men to be here, women to be here, and in some countries, the house cat is right about here. That's what you're looking for. See, what you're looking for is a revolt against men. And if there's a man that doesn't agree with that, he is the enemy. He is a sexist, a misogynist, and you're probably going to throw racist in there because it's so easy to do. You're a fucking bigot. You're this and you're that. Oh, if you're even a registered Republican, you must be somewhat of a racist because it's the only people that are over there are racist. They group them together. They sign a little policy. They do a huge ad campaign of basically saying they're old, they're white. That is what we have been saying. Think about this for a minute. Americans have been turning around and saying they're old white men. But that's not racist? Like that's not pretentious of you? That's not an asshole cuntish thing to say. That's kind of fucked up, isn't it? Look at Alex Jones. Alex Jones lost his show. Alex Jones lost his show during the Obama administration. That should have been foreshadowing for guys like me when Biden comes out. And so if you want to get rid of me, if that's your goal, if you don't want Sid Jones on the air, on Twitch, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, or whatever, you need to do this. You need to send all this to Biden and Harris saying, oh my God, this guy is threatening America. This guy is he's threatening your livelihood. This man is a sexist, racist, misogynist, and he must be stopped. Please do so. Please fucking do so. But make sure you're also retweeting it out to a bunch of other big names too that would ignore me otherwise. Please do that. If you want to get rid of me, that's how you do it. Because bitching to me, bitching to my boss, bitching to my VP, and bitching to the people that are inside the council ain't going to get you anywhere. Trust me. People have realized that real fucking quick. Why do you work for this guy who's a fucking racist? What the fuck's he said that's racist? I'll fucking wait. That's what people have said too. Like, this guy's a racist. What makes him a racist? Oh, he shared his video into militia groups? I didn't. My friend did. Yeah, my friend Whitey, who I'm going to be his best fucking man. Best fucking believe that him and we are at the ready for all of this. I've had many conversations with him about this. I've had many conversations with real Americans about this, about what my fear is with Biden. Oh, aren't you happy now that Trump is in office? Now you get that. No, I'm fucking not. I'm fucking not. We've been had. We've been fucking had. Period. Did I like Trump? No. Did I like him as a man? Fuck no. Did I like all of his policies? No. But did I write him a letter and send him a patch and say, you can come on to my show and we can have a great conversation? I fucking did. Did I offer that to Biden? Fuck no. Did I offer that to Harris? Fuck no. Did I offer that to fucking Whitmer? Yup. I wouldn't send her a fucking patch though. She'd end up using it as a tampon. Wow, Sid, that was sexist. I'm just trying to get it all out before it becomes illegal. Free speech isn't going to be free speech anymore. It's going to be free speech with a lot of fucking consequence. Instead of, hey, sweetheart, how you doing? That's rape. That is rape. What him just did was rape. I feel violated. I don't just sexualize me. Sweetheart, you're wearing a fucking belly shirt, which I thought were out of style. And if you sneeze, them twins are popping the fuck out. And I'm going to motorboat the shit out of them. And she's going to go home and cry. And I'll be like, well, fucking, I mean, what else response were you wanting from something like that? Like, when women dress like that, what is it that they're wanting exactly? Like, that's the thing that confuses me. And that's one of the things with America that bugs me just slightly. It's a question I have. When a woman goes out and dresses like a slut, does she want to get stared at or no? Like, when I wear a vest out with my mohawk and shit like that, people always compliment the mohawk. They always compliment the vest. So I know that people are going to walk up to me, talk about the mohawk, talk about the vest. It's called peacocking, right? Is that not the phrase that we call it, peacocking? And until that becomes sexist because it's got the word cock in it. Then I have that expectation. So do women have that same expectations, or do women or women like, I want guys to want to look and I'm not even going to let them even get a glimpse of me? You wasted your fucking time. So you know what I do? Just when a woman dresses like that with the leggings and the boots, and as much as I find it to be fucking attractive, I pay them no fucking attention. No fucking attention. How you doing, handsome? Oh, fucking, I just needed a drink. If I'm in your way, I apologize. Yeah, I'd like a bourbon and Coke, please. Yeah, extra bourbon, very little on the Coke. Thank you. You have yourself a great day. And I go right over to the other side of the fucking bar and I enjoy my beverage. I pay them no fucking attention. Like, there's some of these chicks that they fucking dress however. I just keep scrolling through. 150 reactions to 75 comments. And I'm like, it's not that you posted something philosophical, sweetheart. It's that you posted fucking cleavage. I'm just saying. They want the attention, but get pissed off when they get it. Thank you, Twiggy Dro. You're absolutely right on that. Now, Now, you might think that I'm being sexist right now, but I'm not actually, because I told you that I do this. I got the same kind of mentality. I just have a different perspective on it, right? Like I've checked this out. This is a true story, absolutely true story, and I've got a witness to the fact. I went to Soaring Eagle, right, during this pandemic thing. It was my nephew's birthday. I know, taking a 4-year-old to a casino. How American. So my nephew went over to the daycare center, and I hung out with his dad and mom, which would be my sister and her boyfriend. And we decided we're going to go play some games and whatnot. Well, I'm fiending for a cigarette, right? So I go out for a cigarette. Travis comes with me. We're outside having a smoke. And these ladies, they come over to like play with my mohawk. And then it gets aggressive. Then they start like grabbing the back of my mohawk, like grabbing. Like if he was here, I'm like, damn. I go in and then, they're waiting to like basically like you walk through and there's this little thing that like basically just reads your fucking temperature. And if it's above a certain amount, they like jump on you, grab you, handcuff you, and like throw you into a closet someplace for 14 days. I don't know. But I'm sitting in line going through there and it's going, gradually, but apparently not gradually enough because this woman reached up, fucking grabbed my ass. Did I turn around and get pissed? No. Why? Because she looked like one of those old ladies that smoked like a carton of cigarettes a day. And I'm like, what the fuck is she going to do? Really? What is she going to do? I'm a 5'6", 5'7" on a good day. White guy with a mohawk and a studded vest. I don't think I was wearing my vest. I don't think I was. I think I just had the mohawk up. That's right. I only put my mohawk up. I left the vest at home. Anyways, so I had mohawk up, and like I said, these old ladies fucking like checking me out, whatnot. But she grabbed my ass. That is sexual assault. Did I file? No. Did I bitch? No. I even took it as a fucking compliment. Oh, Sid, are you undermining what men do to women? Yup, I fucking am. Because guess what? It happened to me, and I'm like, this ain't so bad. And if it happened on like a regular basis, I think I'd get used to it more and more. Like, I've had dudes grab my ass, man. I didn't turn into a fucking homophobe, into a fucking like, oh, get away from me. All right? It fucking happens. All right? And plus, it boosts the ego a little bit. And that's my perspective on it. So, do not, under any circumstances, if you see me enduring something, you see me going through something, if you ever, and I mean fucking ever, see something that happens to do with me and you say something, don't. Fucking don't. You see something goes on with Sid, you fucking move along and you have a fucking lovely day. I don't need you to be a police officer. I don't need you to be a babysitter. I don't need you to look out for me. And more fucking importantly, I'm a real fucking American. I can handle myself. Thank you very fucking much. So, if you think for one goddamn second that I'm going to be just okay with America becoming weak, because a country is only as strong as its people. And if you're worried about punishment for this and the roles should be reversed for that and whatever the fuck, move the fuck on or try and make some change. But don't you ever impede on me. Don't you ever tell me what I can and cannot do. If I've had the rights to do it, like in this state of Michigan, we got a big problem anyways. You got a female governor basically giving you the thumbs up to go and rape women because they can't have pepper spray, taser guns, stun guns, mace, unless they've got a concealed carry permit, which, by the way, costs money, which, by the way, you can fail, which, by the way, they can deny. So it's not a right. You're given permission, which makes it a privilege to carry pepper spray, stun guns, mace, and so on. Even to have like the little fucking, the little prod taser things, like the ones that fold out from a, nope, can't have those either. Not in the state of Michigan, you can't. So you got a female governor that just said it's okay for her people to get fucking raped in alleyways in Lansing, Michigan. Yeah, that's a fact. There's the winds of change that are happening right now. There's some fucking rapid winds unlike anything I have ever seen. I was convinced we were going to end up in a fucking tornado. And let me explain something to you. That to me is my foreshadow. That to me, the winds that are happening right now here in Michigan, that to me are the winds of change. We are not going to deal with this any fucking more. And in 2 years, Whitmer, you are not going to be in office. It's either going to be you're voted out or you're forced out. Let me explain something to you. We the people are pissed off. We the people will not tolerate this any fucking more. And we the people are watching you. We are keeping an eye on every fucking move you're making. And if it's not every red-blooded American that's focusing on this, it is Sid fucking Jones that is fucking eyes to you. that is staring at you and is saying this right here, right now. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sid Jones. I promise you that when shit hits the fan, I'm right there with you. I love this country no matter who's in charge. I love this country no matter fucking what, but I will not let it be in the hands of a bunch of fucking pansy, pussy, fucking cunts. I will stand side by side with you against that kind of oppression, which is what it is, against these kinds of policies that are being forced onto us, where we are now being called racist because of XYZ, and it's going to happen more so. There are now, back in the day, it was one form of racism. Now, for whatever reason, there's different degrees of it. Just to be able to fit everybody in one of those slots. Well, technically speaking, you fit in category number 6, sir. Technically speaking, you sound like this, which would make you one of these closet, incognito, interest fucking racists. I don't think that's a thing. I think what that's called is reaching straws. You're grasping for straws at that point. And the America that I know and love doesn't do that. The America that I love and know, it's the individual with liberty and justice for all. If you ain't down with any of this, fuck what you think. You're not American in my eyes. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night live, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I look forward to it. I now have the StreamYard connected to it. We are not going to fuck with the Twitch database thing. We're going to keep doing the things that we've been doing here. I want to thank you guys for your patience, for your understanding. I look forward to your vote in 2024. Make sure you guys are messaging me for your support and getting one of these patches here. Please and thank you. Make sure you guys are getting one of these. There are people, Democrat and Republican, that have these, that are wearing these with pride. So please make sure that you send the message that we, the people, the power will be restored to us. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night, live, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Sid Jones Network, right here on Twitch, our new home, your new home, for all exclusive content, podcasts, video games, and much more. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Much love to each and every one of you.